Hi, Lauren.
I'm so excited to be sitting here with Maria-Canals-Barrera.
Yes, it's long.
And you're going to tell us today how to be an actress.
Yes.
Because you're in, like, if you look her up on IMDb, you're in so many different TV shows. You're the voice of so many different characters. Like, how did you do it?
I've hung in there. Well, you know, for me, I always followed this passion. I always wanted to put on shows, make people laugh. I remember I couldn't wait to take drama in middle school. It was just this passion that I followed. I auditioned for all the shows in school. I didn't have any outside classes. I got great parts. I gave it my all. It was like my release, my passion, and I got most talented in high school.
Wow.
And then I realized, do I really want to do this for a career? Is this something I could really do? It sounds so out there. I was from Miami, and it's not like LA or New York where you meet working actors all the time, and it seems like it's doable. It was like this dream. Can I be an actress? I was almost like embarrassed to say it. Can you make a living at this, you know?
Yeah.
And so I met this actress actually who was working on a show, and she said, you know, you should audition for the University of Miami. They give scholarships. I got a scholarship. She was the daughter on a show called Pasa USA in Miami years ago. And I said, okay, I want to audition, and I got the scholarship.
Oh my God.
So I majored in theater arts at the University of Miami, and I graduated with a degree. I got an equity show at the Mark Taper, not the Mark Taper, that's in LA, the Coconut Grove Playhouse my senior year.
Wow, that's amazing.
And I was making money in college as an actor in the biggest theater in town. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna go to grad school. I'm gonna go for it, because to be paid for what you love, there's just nothing like it. So I followed my passion. I got the training I needed.
What training did you get?
At school. I majored in theater arts. It was a conservatory program. It was an excellent conservatory program. So you have to not just believe in yourself and give it your all. You have to train. You have to know what you're doing. You have to know why you're doing it. You have to have a love for the art, a love for the doing, not the result, not the fame or the attention, or, you know, everybody getting the work, the riding the waves of I got a gig. A seasoned actor friend of mine, I auditioned for a role, and I thought I was like, oh my gosh, it's so perfect for me. And I said, I'm so perfect for it, and I didn't get it. Oh, but I was so perfect for it. And he said, Maria, there are going to be so many roles that you're perfect for. And I said, really? I was like, I couldn't imagine that, but he was right. If you are an actor and you have a sensibility that you can tap into different characters, you're going to be perfect for a lot of things. It's about the business being open.
Yeah.
About, hey, you're an actress and you're terrific, and you happen to be of Latin heritage or another kind of heritage. Of course you can play this American character. And that's been happening too slowly over the years.
Yeah.
Where somebody who happens to be a minority, it's like, oh well, when we do a story where we have a storyline or a character that is, and then they usually go foreign. I'm like, hey, there are a lot of people that are American of Indian heritage, American of Latin heritage, American of Asian heritage. It's like, we can be that American character. You don't have to hire an Australian to do an American accent, or a British actor to do an American accent to play that American character. I mean, it's finally starting to come around. So anyway, the question was how to be an actress. We have to be a little bit members, that's the Actors Union, actually make a living as an actor.
Wow.
You have to say, be the kind of good crazy that says, and I'll be in that 10%. And that's my attitude. And my husband's attitude too. When we met, we both shared that we were always like that. Well, then I'm going to be. A lot of sane people will say, oh, forget it. So you have to be a little bit of the good crazy to know that you love it, you're going to go for it. It's like you have this one life, you have this blessing of having this one life, and this is how I see it. And you're not going to at least try to do something you love?
Yeah.
That's crazy. You got to try. But if you don't love it so much, then yes, do something that has a guaranteed paycheck, that won't drive you nuts, that doesn't have so many ups and downs.
Yeah, because there's a lot of ups and downs. Now,
Yeah.
you moved here from Miami. You had that equity show, which is awesome. Did you go to New York at all, or what did you?
I didn't live in New York, but I worked in New York.
Gotcha.
I had my Screen Actors Guild card already. That I got from doing a commercial in Florida. I worked in Florida a lot, and that was great because.
Is there a lot of work in Florida?
Well, there was 26 years ago. There was a good amount, not a ton. But there were some shows that were there, and I even got a recurring role on a network show.
That's amazing. Which show was it?
It was called Key West.
Okay.
And Fisher Stevens was the lead, and that was really exciting. And then I did a movie with this is gonna age me, but hey, you know how the guy that played my husband and I made Henry Winkler crack up, and to make the Fonz laugh was like the best feeling in the world. And he said, "You guys are so funny." We were talking about we want to go to LA or New York.
Yeah.
And he said, "Give me your tapes." And I was like, "Okay." And I had everything I'd done, every guest star I've done, every commercial I've done, and so I had it put together and I gave it to Henry Winkler. And then like 3 months later, I get a call from a big agency in LA, and they're like, "We want to meet with you."
Oh my God.
And I was like, "Oh my gosh." He goes, "Well, Henry Winkler gave us your tape and we want to meet you." And
That's
I was like,
amazing.
"Great, I'm coming." And he said, "Make sure you make other appointments. Don't come out here just for us." Kind of letting us know,
Can you say which agency it was?
At the time, it was Writers and Artists. They have since, they became STE or Paradigm because they go through changes. But now I'm with APA. But one thing leads to another, and I believe that another thing that's really good, and my husband, who's an amazing actor, David Barrera, and I know this is cliche, but he really is my best friend.
That's amazing.
He gives me this kind of advice. Babe, focus on what's in front of you. As an actor, you kind of like, "Ooh, what's happening over there? Why did she get that part?" Or why did I get seen on this? And it's like, what's in front of you? Give what's in front of you your all. Thank the Lord, this is what's in front of you, that you have an audition for this guest star. Give it everything you got. And one thing leads to another.
Do you ever get nervous when you go in the casting room, or is that done now?
No, if I'm not as prepared as I know I could be, that's not good for an actor. That can make you nervous, but I try to be prepared. I've been nervous in the past, and that's when you get out of the world of the play or out of the world of the show, when you think, "Oh my gosh, that's blah 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 director," or "Oh, I want it so bad." That's a kiss of death.
That's the worst.
To want it so bad is the worst. So you have to just pick yourself up and get out of you and get back into the world of the play. Okay, who am I playing? How is she like me? How do I feel in this moment as the character? What do I want in the scene? What am I fighting for? You just get yourself back in the world of the play and out of yourself. And that's like, it's part of your training and a psychological trip you have to do on yourself. It's another thing my wonderful husband, who's standing right there, taught me. I said, "Babe, you should teach a class on this."
Yeah.
Because sometimes, the actor, it's a psychology too. You have to like coax yourself into like, this is, whatever happens, it's not going to affect, it's not going to change or get me out of the world of the scene. If the casting director is late, it's great.
What if they're on their phones?
If the casting director's on the phone, it's great. I love it. Stay loose and open. And that is a psychological exercise.
That's great. That's awesome. That's a good positivity exercise.
I've got you. I got the camera. So I'm like looking all around.
Yeah. Now, so you got the agents. You flew out to LA to meet the agents. How did it go?
It went well.
And did you set up other meetings, or did you just?
I did. I had another meeting set up through an acting teacher that I had. And I finished a soap opera that I was doing.
Oh my goodness.
In Spanish. And I'm an American, peeps. So Spanish is not my first language. Although, as a proud Cuban American, we had to speak Spanish at home, so I knew Spanish. But when I had this audition, it was like a gig in town. So I auditioned for it, and then I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I got it."
That's amazing.
I wrote down everything in Spanish, in English, next to the Spanish lines. because I was focusing on pronouncing the words correctly, and I needed to remember what I was saying, right? So I really, really practiced, and then I got the part, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really have to practice.
But did people improv on set, and did that confuse, like?
No, there was no improving on set on a soap opera.
That's good.
Yeah. But anyway, I finished that, and I was recurring on that other show, and I booked a pilot 3 months.
Wow.
Once I got to LA.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was. It did not get picked up. But I felt like it was a taste of what you should be doing, what you could be doing.
And how did you do that?
The money you could be earning.
Yeah, I feel like that doesn't happen to everybody. So how did you do that?
I think I didn't know any better. I think that I was just new, and I hadn't suffered too much in not getting work. And so I was like, positive.
Yeah, super.
Like what we were saying about the psychology of being positive, right? And I just gave it my all without hesitation, without any doubts, and using all of myself, and it was so much fun. And then, you know, the jobs come and go, and you ride the waves.
Yeah.
I got involved in the theater again. I worked with East LA Classic Theater doing Eugene O'Neill, A Touch of the Poet. We did Midsummer Night's Dream. I met my husband doing a theater out here in LA.
That's amazing.
We did the Mark Taper Forum. Lots of guest stars, and then my, I guess, most known show was Wizards of Waverly Place. And that was just a blast.
That's awesome.
And and as an actor, you have to ride the waves. And my husband said that a friend of his was like, man, you're always working, you know.
So hold on 1 second.
Something fell.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It was just like the.
All right. Just wants to make sure everything was. The dogs were okay.
The dog
Sorry,
was
guys.
okay.
So Wizards of Waverly Place
Was a wonderful experience. Oh, and somebody says to my husband, how do you?
Was that the one that Logan Paul was on?
Was he in Wizards?
Oh no, he was on Bizarre Bar. Oh, I don't know.
We had every other.
Yeah. Influencer.
I mean,
on there.
Selena was my daughter.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Bella Thorne was Jake's girlfriend.
What was it like?
Greg Sulkin, Bridget Mendler, there's
amazing cast.
Madison, Bailey Madison. I mean, we had so many wonderful guest stars, and of course our cast was the bomb. But what was I going to say about what my husband? His friend said, "How do you stay in it?" And he said, "Being an actor." And David said, I stay in it by staying in it." So, because your core question was how do you be an actress? Really, the question is how do you stay an actress?
Yeah, because it's hard to pay the bills, to in between jobs, and to just keep getting roles. Which it seems like you're always working on really great projects. You take class still, or when you moved out here, were you taking?
I did take a class out here because a friend of mine was taking a class, and I thought, okay, that'd be fun. And I learned it kept me warmed up. I took it for like, I don't know, was it like a year, babe? And then I got pregnant with my first daughter, and the teacher said, I said, I'm going to take a little break after the baby's born. She said, you won't be back.
Oh.
No, she means that she knows once her students have kids.
Gotcha.
To be a working actor and raise a family, it's not easy to keep going to class.
Yeah.
And so she said, yeah, we'll see. You probably will. And I was like, she was right. I got so much work.
So how do you manage it? How did you manage?
Well, you hire good people. If you don't have a family in town, you hire somebody you can trust to help you out, and you make it work. I mean, we're like being married to a wonderful man, which is more important than a wonderful actor, but he happens to be both. You say, okay, babe, what do you got today? Well, I have a call back at 2 o'clock, and okay, who's picking up Bridget? Who's picking up Madeline? Okay, well, I have to shoot this, and so we just balance it every day. Call the babysitter, and
that's amazing.
Yeah, and our kids, sometimes they wanted to come.
Are they acting too, or?
Well, my 15-year-old Bridge Barrera at Bridge Barrera. She's Bridget, but her name as a singer is Bridge.
That's cute.
Isn't that cool?
I love it.
She just came out with her first single.
Amazing.
It's called "He's a Dream." Aww. You can get it on Spotify, iTunes, and where wonderful music is sold. She wrote the song, and she's great. And my little one is also an amazing performer. She's 13. She was just Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, that's amazing.
Last year, she was amazing.
So she's going to be an actress.
You know, I don't push it, but she's brilliant. She's so funny and talented, and they both are. And, you know, we'll see. They're straight-A students. I'm very proud of them. They can do anything. The whole world is open to them. So, and they'll have, if they do decide to become, well, Bridget is going to be a recording artist. She's decided. But if they also want to do film and TV, or Madeline wants to act, then they have the benefit of our wisdom.
That's amazing. That's such good advice. And I have to ask you had 2 kids.
Yes.
You look amazing.
Well, thank you.
What are your beauty tips?
Well, I love glamour. I've always loved it.
You showed up looking like...
It was a source of joy for her. She would be like, Dos gardenias para ti, con ellas quiero decir, te quiero, te adoro, mi vida. And she would be happy. So I would be watching my mom be so happy getting ready. So I think because it was part of her routine, her self-care, I associated it with something joyous. So it was never a drag for me to like do my skincare regimen before bed. Get ready for the day. I enjoyed it. And I think that's where I got it from.
Just happiness.
Yeah, it was self-care like that was a source of joy. So I mean, I remember girls would say, "Oh, I have to put makeup on. Oh, I have to wear," and I'd be like, "I kind of like it. I don't know if it's not cool. It's probably not cool, but I guess I'm not cool because it's kind of fun."
So you did your own makeup today?
I did. I did my makeup.
So you're good. You're really good at it.
Yeah. Sometimes I go, you know, I get a little ahead of myself, and I go too far. And my daughters love like natural, beautiful. They're like, "Mom, you don't even need it. You have great skin," and I'm already pretty ripe. But I don't need it, and if I have good skin, which I'm blessed to have, I don't need it. I have to like stop myself, like. But I just because I like it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was just like I play. Do you play?
Yes. Sometimes you play too much, and then you're like, oh. Like you look like a clown, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's just fun. So I'm learning to just. But I like to learn. I like to watch YouTube videos, and you know, I used to watch Michelle Phan. And then I watched this Russian girl that I really like. Oh gosh, what's her name? She's Russian. And she has a Russian accent, and I like the way she talks. What you do is to lift the eye. You do a little bit. You don't have to. And she's very soothing, and I like to watch her. Anyway.
Your makeup is great. So when you go to an audition, do you always try to look your best? Is that like, you know, we wear eyelashes, or what do you?
No. Depending on the character, you always want to obviously look like the character. And, you know, I'm an actress first and foremost, even though I like to be glamorous. If the character is a non-glamorous person, I go in looking, I think, terrible. Sometimes. But that's what the character calls for. So, if it's a glamorous role, then I do my thing. But like for meetings or interviews, you know, I do like to look put together. Part of a wonderful movie that I'm very proud to be part of called Sweet Inspirations.
That's awesome.
And it's a beautiful inspirational film. It's on PureFlix. It'll start streaming February 1st. And maybe your viewers can see the preview.
Trailer. Is it okay? Can we
Yes,
play
let's watch it.
Awesome.
I love watching it.
All right. Here we go. Oh, it changed since we started. I think that's fine. Let's just leave the black bars up. There we go. All right.
Tell me again why we signed up for this.
A distraction from your empty nest.
A distraction from
Wi-Fi.
Christ's Cupid. The dating site? How many dates have you been on?
None. All the men are balding.
Let's wait. Let's try that again. I think it's...
Tell me again why we signed up for this.
A distraction from your empty nest.
A distraction from Christ's Cupid. The dating site? How many dates have you been on?
None. All the men are balding.
I just feel empty. Like my life is meaningless.
I really need you to focus on our clients till tax season is over.
Steve doesn't look...
Well,
Should we wait for it to download?
I think it's either it needs to download or it's weird. I never had this happen before. Maybe if I put it on lower quality. Let's just wait a little bit. That's weird. But so anyway, it looks amazing. Where did you guys shoot it?
We shot it in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Oh my goodness.
Which I love the people there. It's a college town. So you get the best of everything. It's cool and hip and young, great restaurants, great stores, and yet it's kind of got the southern people. People are friendly and nice, and I was like, that is so refreshing.
And how long did you shoot for? How long were you in Arkansas?
Like a little over 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was not a long shoot.
Did your husband come with you, or did you just
No, I went by myself because the girls are very active in show choir at school.
That's
Bridget's in Powerhouse with John Burroughs High School.
That's awesome.
Madeline is also very busy at Luth. Well, I should say the names of the schools. Anyway,
Anyway, let's see how this is going.
Devereaux's bed and breakfast is actually an abused women's shelter.
Greg, the bank is going to foreclose on her. How much do you have? $33,000. I've got a plan.
A bagel.
We bake some cupcakes and we sell it. Enough of these to pay off Miss Devereaux's loan. Oh, how
Did you get to eat the leftover?
Oh my
long
gosh.
has this place been empty?
Afraid of a little hard work, Miss Shonda? I'm gonna be outside.
It is time we women get out from underneath our testimonial blankets and really engage our community.
What you doing?
I'm watching this guy repair an HVAC. How hard can it be? They're giving us 15 days to vacate the premises. We're running out of time, and we're not even close to our goal.
How many cupcakes do we need to sell?
About 600. Dozen.
What?
For the first time, I felt important.
I am so proud of you.
God is the only one that's ever in control. We have to believe this is part of his plan. This is what we've been looking for. Meaning and purpose.
Did you have dinner with me?
Don't scare this one away! What we're doing here, I think it's bigger. It's bigger than you, Maggie. It's bigger than all of us.
What exactly is in Jeremiah 29:11? What do you mean, what's in it? It's a cupcake. That's what's in it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's really sweet.
Yeah, it's so. I almost started crying.
It's very touching.
Yeah.
This women's group. They want to make a difference, and they turned this donated pizza parlor into a bakery to because I'm a great baker in the movie, to raise money for the local women's shelter.
Oh, that's amazing.
And, it's really funny and
a sisterhood movie.
Yes, and it's very uplifting, and I love doing it. I had such a great time.
That's awesome. And where can people watch it?
They can watch it on PureFlix.
PureFlix, okay.
Which is a streaming service. And they have very family-friendly films, and it starts streaming February 1st.
February 1st. That's awesome. That's awesome. And it's just pureflix.com, or is it a Roku app, or how?
Pureflix.com, right, Dave? Right, babe? Yeah. My husband knows so much.
That's amazing. And what was the audition process like for the movie?
It was an offer.
That's amazing. That's
the best. Those are the best things. So if you hang in there, kids, you start getting offers and learn to always prove yourself. Oh, it's wonderful.
Now your accent in that movie, did you have to work on it?
Do you know that I didn't plan on that?
Oh my God, that's amazing.
They never said you have to be from the South. But the more I talked to people, I had that little slight inflection, and I just couldn't help myself. And I thought, well, that happens to people. When you live there, like my sister lived in South Carolina, and I was talking to her on the phone, and I was like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm baking sweet potato pie. And I said, Dora, you have a Southern accent. I said, sweet potato pie, my gosh, you're so Southern. Where did you learn that? She's like, Maria, it's on the can. So it just happens. And I'm very sponge-like. If I hang around something, I mean, sometimes I don't mean to offend, but I'll start doing, like, I watched a Cher concert on cable, and then I walked out of the room doing Cher.
Oh my God.
I can do a great Cher because of that.
Can I see your Cher?
I'm right there. Your car, you turn on the radio. You're holding me close, but I just said no.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
Do you parody people too? Have you been like on any comedy shows doing parodies?
I have like a couple times. Yeah.
That's funny.
That's why my favorite on Wizards of Waverly Place. My favorite episodes were the ones where the parents were under a spell, because then we can be other people. We could be crazy.
That's great. That's amazing. Now, this is one of my last questions because I know I've kept you here for a while. Do you still use your headshot and resume, or do you still think that's important as an actress? Or?
Well, you know, something started happening. It is important. Something started happening where things were now digitized and emailed, so you don't have to physically take it into the audition with you.
That's good.
So now the agent will send it, and people can just, because of technology. But yes, it's important.
Yeah. That's awesome. And now do you also have a reel? Like, do you think that's important for people?
It is important. In fact, I have to update mine, because when you do a new project, something that especially can, your camera fell. The iPhone camera. When you have something that can showcase you in something that you've done that you're proud of, or that is different, and you can be seen in a fresh light, then that's also a good thing to do, is to add it to your demo reel. Is it okay? I'm still talking.
You're great. You're amazing. This one done.
Checking my.
Yeah, that's amazing. All right, so everyone should follow you right away.
I would love for you to follow me.
What's the best place to find you?
Well, in all the social media places is at Maria_CB.
Awesome. And your daughter's song. Where
my God.
Let's just promote your daughter right now.
Thank you. At Bridge Barrera.
At Bridge Barrera.
And she's amazing. You'll see.
Awesome. Well, it's so amazing having you.
And the song is called He's a Dream.
He's a Dream.
Yeah.
He's a Dream. And your movie comes out next week, February 1st. It'll be all over your social media.
Thank you.
But what's the website again? Just repeat.
Pureflix.
Pureflix. Okay.
PUREFLIX.
Awesome. Thanks so much for coming. I learned so much from you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.